Worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq hollering at you one more again. All right, man. Another truly magnificent day. You know, I'm gonna show you. Bing, a little sunshine peeking through the clouds at us. You know, I love it, man. I love all of you. Truly, thank you for helping to build the worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. Please like, share, subscribe. Anytime you come to the channel, especially now, folks, I'm telling you, putting some real jewels there. Make sure that you check in at the community section of my YouTube channel, right? Um, very, very powerful and unique information. It's not going to be on the videos. Please make sure you do that. Very important that you also check me out on my rumble.com channel. Please subscribe there, right? Definitely need the support as I build that channel up. And please make sure you listen to my music on all the popular streaming sites, as well as please support by purchasing the books. 2 books currently available on Amazon by Big King Sadiq. All right. So thank you so much, folks. What I wanted to make sure I put emphasis on was the fact that one of the biggest obstacles, right? One of the most difficult obstacles to overcome in our spiritual maturation and from separating away from survival mentality, right? From escaping survival mentality. And I say that that's really just one of the bigger challenges in ascension, specifically, right? Is escaping survival mentality. Um, and the aspect that I'm referring to is fear, right? Um, and what has truly afforded me the ability to escape survival mentality, I ain't scared. I really am not. What you might, I might would say I always grew up with a lot of heart, they would always say, right? Just speaking to my bravery. But truly, when we begin to venture deeper and deeper into the process of spiritual maturation, of really going through the intricate, detailed levels of ascension, as you really make it deep into your process, you'll really understand that you didn't have a concept of fear adequate to cover all the different types of fear that you will encounter, right? Um, and folks, when we start digging through our subconscious, that's when you really understand how many things you actually had within you that would resonate as fear, right? First of all, many of us have so many insecurities that lie deep within our subconscious. Those are all fears, right? Many of us have issues that were never resolved, never dealt with and resolved, that lay sort of dormant in our past and are really housed in our subconscious and have an impact on our overall psyche, right? There are so many different forms of fear that would escape the definition we would commonly apply to it when we first think of fear, right? We often equate it to physical things, Am I afraid of danger or things of that nature? Those are uh, easily identifiable fears, right? But there are a lot of far more tricky fears, right? Fears that you don't even know are there, which makes it that much more difficult for you to address. So it is indeed a very not just detailed, but a very involved process uh, that you will find yourself going through in your ascension path as you start to really uncover and process through your fears, right? Um, there is a lot involved to it. And I certainly, for one, learned that um, in some instances the hard way, you might say. Uh, but yeah, I really can attest to the fact that there are so many different forms of fear for you to process through that you really have to be patient with yourself, right? Um, it is not an overnight thing, at least for most of us, and certainly wasn't for me. I can't speak to what the next person's process will be. Perhaps for someone, they go through some arduous night where they've literally faced thousands of fears, right? And they process through all of them and drop all of them. I would not say anything is impossible. But for most people, it's a process where you have to really work to identify these fears. That's often the task, right? Is actually identifying accurately these fears so that you have the opportunity to process through them, to grow and mature through them, right? And it is a very challenging process that, again, I would recommend you give yourself a lot of patience in, right? Um, and certainly you have to be very aware of the things that lie in your subconscious. Often that involves you sort of going into a regression state, right? Where you sort of uh, regress backward through your life, through the experiences of your life, so that you can unpack all of that and have it available for you to be able to process. But once you do, and you are able to really identify, um, do whatever personal maturation you need to do to get through each and every one of these fears that you'll find within yourself and laying dormant often in your subconscious. Once you've done that work, the benefits of the spiritual maturity to come with it are immense, truly. Um, you're not going to be the same person. You'll be that much more spiritually mature that you will literally have ascended into being a better version of yourself, right? Absent fear. You can look in the mirror and say, I ain't scared. let life let life send to me whatever challenges it will. And then that's the beauty of it, right? This is why I'm able to say things like, well, I actually haven't had a bad day in close to 7 years, right? And that for that to be the truth, right? And that life has happened to me the same way it has anyone else. I've had situations, even tragedies to deal with, but I process it so much more differently as I have gone through this spiritual maturation and this ascension process for some time now, right? And have really traversed deeply within myself, right? That's what it's all about, folks. I keep saying the three most powerful words ever: know thyself, right? Um, and that's what this process is all about. Each individual going through spiritual maturation, and collectively, as we do so on the planet, we are all ascending to be our best selves and live our best lives. Be able to say, I ain't scared. True indeed. Bring it on. Bring it all on. I ain't scared. So yeah, it's this is a beautiful process, and we indeed are making powerful strides, not just individually, but collectively on the planet, right? And we'll continue to do so as we continue to truly define our new paradigm and establish one that exhibits the character